Oh, hello. We're shooting already? I couldn't hear you over the sound of my new Samsung Galaxy Note.
The Khan of Gods!
So, I'm probably what you would call an Apple fanboy or an iOS fanboy. I was going to change my phone a few days ago, about 3 days ago, and I thought to myself, instead of going for the obvious choice, which at that time was the 11 Pro Max or the 12 Pro Max, why don't I actually just try out an Android phone for a few days and actually see if I like it enough to actually stick to using Android for a while before I actually go back to using iOS devices. Now, it's a no-brainer. I love iPhones because they make my life so easy and they basically integrate with everything else around my house, which is convenience that I cannot simply give up because I want to try to be a Samsung fanboy or an Android fanboy. But that aside, Samsung actually makes really decent phones, really great phones, and they actually still innovate, unlike Apple, who hasn't really innovated anything new for a few years. So, what has been my experience switching from iOS to Android for the last 3 or 4 days? Well, a few things that I've noticed. Customizations when it comes to Android is absolutely mind-blowing. It's nothing like the struggle customization that we get to do on iOS devices. In fact, it's so stressful to do those that I don't even bother doing them, and they're not the most ideal. On an Android phone like this is my Galaxy Note, and I am currently using Niagara. This is a productivity focus launcher, and this was pretty much the first thing that I downloaded on this phone because I remember using it the last time I used a Note, and it was super convenient, super easy to use, and it was super fun. I have changed the fonts, I have changed the icons, I have basically purchased an icon pack from the Google Play Store and everything like that, and my phone pretty much does not look like anybody's phone, and I really like that. I like the fact that Samsung screens, for example, are absolutely insane. I mean, my iPhone 12, which was released less than 6 months ago, actually did not have a screen as good as this phone that was released in 2018. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, the screen on this phone is absolutely insane. It was one of the first things that I noticed, and it's one of the things that I absolutely love Samsung phones for. There are a few letdowns, however, a few drawbacks. For example, the speaker on this phone is absolutely terrible. I hate it. It doesn't sound very good. And when I'm using my phone and my hand is actually at the bottom of the phone like this, I tend to actually, block out the speaker, and since it's a mono-firing speaker, I can't hear anything from the phone anymore. It's really teeny, it's really bad, there is no bass. I wouldn't recommend this phone for stuff like that. Another aspect that I feel like I'm lacking again is going to have to be the cameras. The cameras are decent, but they're Android cameras. So if it's not a pixel, it's just bad, especially for video. If you try to take a video of yourself and you upload it to the internet, it just looks terrible. It looks poor. I'm not sure why that's the case with Android phones, but when I shoot stuff with my iPhone and I post it, it doesn't look as bad as this looks, which is actually kind of sad because, these phones are actually more expensive than their iPhone counterparts these days, and it just really is sad and not worth it when you think about the fact that you can't actually use your phone for like Instagram or posting stuff to social media. Especially if you're creating video content, you're always going to be better off actually just buying an iPhone. But that's pretty much the things that I've noticed so far, aside the fact that Google is really intrusive and they're reminding me about my birthday and other people's birthdays, which is kind of annoying for me because I'm trying to forget that stuff. So aside the intrusion from Google, this has actually been a really fun experience, and if I didn't have to use an iPhone, I can actually see myself using this phone as a daily driver. Now, I wouldn't use it as a daily driver because there's so many drawbacks, especially when I use Apple everything and I'm not using an iPhone. But for the moment, this actually still works. I think I might keep this for a few days before putting it back in the box. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I guess I will see you on another video that was shot by Kagan. Peace.
The Khan of Gods!